The premise of elephant theory is that man is not rational. The reality is that we all make decisions in the same way a salmon decides to swim up a stream. Just like any animal in nature, human beings make decisions by instinct, then use their reason to justify it. In this example from the Memology channel, we will observe a liberal elephant attempting to rationalize his disdain for Trump voters. Due to his instinctive binary, good-bad thinking, he begins with the premise that these people are bad. He then rationalizes backwards to justify it by tarring all Trump supporters with the brush of racism. When liberal elephants use this word and others, such as sexist or fascist, they are literally only saying that I think you are a bad person in the strongest terms they can think of. Let's now watch this liberal elephant in action.
There's this sense, right, that whiteness, right, is under threat. The demographic shifts. The country isn't what all of these racially ambiguous children on Cheerios commercials are confusing the hell out of me. Right?
Eddie, a lot of people voted because their life's too damn expensive, and it was here, and it
they
was
voted for. You're telling me, Stephanie, that all of these people who believe that their lives are, that bread is too high and eggs are too high, that they voted for a convicted felon, a guy who said we can grab the pea.
I think that a lot
they
of people,
voted for this
listen,
guy.
I'm not defending it, but I think there are tons of people that don't pay attention to, and I'm not defending it, don't pay attention to politics at all. But while we live in the most prosperous country in the world, people are saying life's not fair, I'm not doing well, my son's still living in the basement, I can't seem to get a job, I don't like the status quo, I'm voting for something else, and he was the person.
I love you to life,
I love you,
but I do not believe that. I cannot believe that. And the reason I think you believe it is because you don't want to believe that that's what's really motivating them. It's always the case. People don't want to believe what the country actually is, because if they believe it, they're going to have to confront what's in them. I don't believe that. They voted for a crook, a person who they know is stealing from, just doing everything to undermine the so-called country that they love. And then they're telling us the BS that it's economics.
Jonathan Haidt compares the human mind to that of a gigantic instinctive elephant ridden by a tiny rational rider. The elephant decides and the rider justifies. For educational purposes, let's rewatch this video with the rationalizing rider removed in order to listen to the elephant unfiltered. What is the elephant actually saying?
Steph, I'm a liberal elephant. I see all issues in terms of binary choices, such as good and bad, right and wrong. And I'm telling you, I think Donald Trump is bad. Therefore, all of his supporters are bad. I'm going to call them racist, as that's the worst bad word I can think of. I'm going to accuse them of being afraid of Cheerios boxes, rather being concerned about the cost of living, illegal immigration, censorship, or a corrupt elite that seems to be getting richer while they push us to the edge of World War III. To me, this makes sense. Trump supporters are afraid of Cheerio boxes, not World War III.
Eddie, a lot of people voted because their life's too damn expensive, and it was here, and it.
Steph, I've already said I am a liberal elephant, and I cannot accept that these people have legitimate issues. The reason they voted for Trump is because they are racist, not because they can't afford their rent or pay their grocery bills.
I'm not defending it, but I think there are tons of people that don't pay attention to, and I'm not defending it, don't pay attention to politics at all. But while we live in the most prosperous country in the world, people are saying life's not fair, I'm not doing well, my son's still living in the basement, I can't seem to get a job, I don't like the status quo, I'm voting for something else, and he was the person.
I love you to life.
I love you.
But Steph, once again, I cannot conceive that people I see as bad have legitimate reasons for voting for Trump. I'm a liberal elephant, and my instincts compel me to say this, regardless of how ridiculous it sounds. Trump is a bad person. Therefore, the people who vote for him are bad. And who are the worst people in the world? Racists. This is why I call them racist. The problem is with them, not me.
Due to evolution, Professor Claude can only see issues in binary terms of good and bad. His evolutionary instincts allow him to do no other, just as a salmon has no choice but to swim upstream. This is why the rationalizations he uses are so weak. He is literally incapable of understanding the legitimate reasons why people might have voted for Trump. The only thing he can come up with is that they are bad and racist. Then he and others of his ilk wonder why these same people no longer listen to them. If you wish to understand the evolutionary reasons why people use instinct to make decisions rather than facts or logic, see my previous video on elephant theory, or check out my book at elephanttheorybook.com. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the comments.